Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Capricorn. If Capricorn is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so our card tonight is the Six of Discs, which has everything to do with success, which is not surprising for a Capricorn, is it? You are really good at whatever you are doing, whatever you decide to go into as work. And so, yes, that success is absolutely not a surprise. Okay, so if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you'd like to leave a comment or hit the little like button, I would not be mad at you. It does help the channel a lot. Also, if you, what was I going to say? Oh, if it's your first time watching, yes, if this is your first time at the channel, let me know. Put it in the comments. I love hearing from the new viewers. Okay, so immediately, the first thing that I really noticed here was we have a big dragon, okay? And so we are in the year of the dragon, aren't we? 2024 going into the beginning of 2025, we are in the year of the dragon. And definitely a big year for you, Capricorn. You can see how large this dragon is. Now, we also have a person over here with their arms raised. Yeah, screaming, yelling, scaring the thing away. Down here we have a person running. And up here we have you. Okay? Face to face with this year. Not backing down. Not running. Not losing it. You know, arms in the air, screaming and carrying on and all of that. No, you are cool as a cucumber, right? Cool, calm, and collected. And yeah, I feel like this is one of those times in your life where you are just aligned with your abilities, your talents. Your motivation is there. You are showing up for yourself. You are making things happen. And that's where that success is really coming from. Now, have you had some hiccups here and there? Have there been some ordeals this last 6 months? Probably, yeah. I would be surprised if there weren't, right? But you have stayed the course. You have not let it get you down. And really, I do believe that you have found a way to make things work for you. Where there were problems, you found the blessings. You were not deterred, okay? And so we also have 751, okay? The number 751. And I do feel like maybe I almost feel like this is very specific, but it almost feels like a mother-in-law or something, in a person that is older, and I think that's family, but not necessarily biological family. Somebody that maybe you have been at odds with at times. I don't think anything too difficult, but maybe just kind of you don't really vibe with each other. Now, I see this person running, right? And I feel like it almost kind of, it's like they've bailed from your life. And I wonder if this is, yeah, like your spouse's family members or family member. Or it could even be like, I don't know, like your kids. Your kid is married, your adult child is married, and it's maybe like one of their family members, or I don't know, but it just something. And I'm trying to figure, I'm like, who is this? But it feels like somebody who just, I don't know. It's not like you even have conflict. You just don't really talk to each other that much. But it seems like whatever's been going on, that you have been really involved in helping kind of figure out, right? Get everything resolved and back up and working smoothly. This family member, out of there. Just MIA. Like they just disappeared off the face of the earth. And I almost wonder if this is like you had a grandchild or something, and they had promised to like kind of help or, be there for raising this child, and they just kind of are not involved. And it feels like there's a little bit of turmoil around this, within the family, and hurt that they haven't taken an interest in being part of the greater family. And so, I think that you are the one that really does show up though, right? You're the one that makes sure that you're at all the things and, you are reachable and involved. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's see what else. So we have M-A, Ma. Maybe it's part of a name or initials. Now we have that dragon again right here. You can see even turning it. We have a face right here. You can see the eyes, the nose, the mouth. Another face right here. This one looks like a satyr. You can see the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the chin, the hair up here. So it kind of looks like two satyrs actually. And so if you don't know what a satyr is, this is like Pan, the god Pan, that's half goat, half human. The satyrs are his companions. They are the other male goat people. Although I've seen depictions of female satyrs as well. Usually you just see the nymphs, which are fully human form, female beings or feminine beings at least. And but I've seen, I don't know, I just saw a painting the other day actually with a female satyr. So I don't know, I have to look up that mythology. Usually I think of it as a masculine archetype, although it might not be. It might be that there are also feminine, and other probably. But, so this is related to kind of that bacchanalian energy, especially now that we're in high summer. You might also be in winter if you're in the southern hemisphere, of course. But yeah, there is this restlessness that comes with the warm nights, doesn't it? When it's so hot, even after the sun goes down, there is a stirring within us all. And so I do feel like there is this real draw towards going out into the wilderness, going out into these sacred places to dance and play and maybe go camping. Maybe you're a cabin person, or going for a day to a park, or go hiking, or a music festival or something like this. Something that will allow you to release your inhibitions, allow you to forget about the tasks of the day, all of that mundane stuff, which, by the way, you're doing so well at, right? It's not like there's a problem you're escaping from, but it's the tedium, right? We all get worn out. We all need a reprieve. Now, a Capricorn person is hard to pry away from the work sometimes. You all have a tendency of feeling guilty about not getting things finished to completion, and to take a vacation or a break, almost impossible because the work is never done, is it? You can conquer a whole lot of tasks, and you will find more no matter what. So it's hard to ever come to a stopping point, but I do think that this is a real confirmation that it is time for you to take a break. Go and do something else for a few days, a day, whatever it is, a week if you can. But I think that this is a calling for fun. Go out and do something different. Something novel, something exciting, something that you might think you're going to really dislike, but you might surprise yourself, right? So, yeah, that's the energy there, definitely. But we have the dragon again. So it really is this kind of longer sight that you have. Making plans for the rest of your year. And we aren't we getting to that point where I just scheduled something for 2025. I think probably my calendar's scheduled out every day, basically planned out for the next 3 months. So we're getting towards all the way through the end of the year. It just, it comes so fast, doesn't it? But, I am a Capricorn ascendant, so I think I get a lot of this from you. I'm a Virgo, a solar Virgo and a Capricorn, so I love to plan ahead. Absolutely. And I think that, this is the vibe too. We keep seeing the dragons in here. And it is this energy of making sure that everything is kind of sorted for yourself. Having those plans together, really, really working towards these goals that you have. Now, I'm seeing we have a keyhole here, okay? And you can kind of see that shape. We have a key and we have a person over here. And so I feel that we have a bird-headed person. I feel like in this next period of time, there's really a breakthrough happening. And I feel that this is a form of initiation. We also have the crab right here. So we have the bird person right here. You can see the head. And it looks like a hawk. So it reminds me of Horus and wearing a robe. So kind of this devotee or high priest of the sun, which is Horus. And we have the crab, which to me immediately kind of emphasizes the lunar energies of Cancer. And the key. We have the keyhole, we have the key, we have the person holding the key, or right here next to the key. So I feel that it really is this kind of illumination happening. But with the lunar energy and that balance with the solar, there seems to be kind of a quality of coming through visions or kind of revelation, channeled information, possibly. And I do think that this is kind of in the deeper work. This isn't necessarily about your career or the mundane, which is where mostly your attention kind of stays. Making money, getting the house in order, paying the bills, having a system, following through, being in a routine. These are all really Capricorn things. And so then for you to be having this period of time coming up, and I do think this is a big one, where, maybe you're going to start having dreams. Maybe there will be something that comes up where you're invited to maybe like a religious ceremony. Maybe you find a book, you're given a book from, some guru, or a book written by a guru, or some kind of magical system, a treatise or a grimoire or something, right? Something that feels like a window is opening in your mind, and you are finding a heart-to-heart, soul-to-soul attachment to this channel of divinity. Okay? So it might be that you already have a religion, or you belong to some kind of esoteric system or magic. You might be, something like a Wiccan, or maybe just you consider yourself spiritual. You have more of a composite thing. But even so, I think open to the influences of other things. You're not dogmatic in the way that, like, you're single, there's a single way, and I can't take in any other kind of information because it's in conflict to my own belief system and so on. I don't feel like you're rigid in that way. So I do feel that there is this moment where you start to really connect with something new, and it's opening up a lot of kind of avenues of thought for you. And I feel like this feels quite profound, and this is a key to unlocking a part of yourself that maybe is not as developed as other parts, right? This is an archetype that you have not dwelled in. And so, I think, this is a self-evolution. This is getting to know another part of yourself. And I absolutely feel like this has to do with maybe the Hierophant or the High Priestess. Now, because we have that solar priest in here, I do wonder if it is the Hierophant. And I do wonder if this will be a movement towards kind of revealing not only yourself getting these spiritual downloads, but you in turn becoming somebody who guides others, okay? To become a revealer yourself. And I do see up here we have a 3, but also a person with their arms open, kind of, in a passive yet firm posture, right? Open to accepting and receiving the emanations of the universe. So, I think really important that you are keeping up with your sleep cycles, your sleep health, right? Having a routine so that you may get into that deeper sleep, so you are getting the REM sleep, and you are getting time for these really involved dream scenarios, because I do feel like this is where a lot of this information is going to come through. Now, also keeping track of these symbols and messages and, spiritual downloads. So writing or You know, I think I don't mention this a lot when I'm talking about journaling, because I guess I have a greater tendency towards writing it out, or at least making lists. I like to make lists of things that I'm experiencing, or, you know, just words and little phrases and whatever. But you can also record, you know, using voice memos. Record what you are experiencing. If you are not somebody that likes to sit down and write things down, or put them in your phone, you know, I always forget, you can take notes on your phone as well. But yeah, maybe just recording some voice memos. I know my husband has done that. Shout out to Devin Serpentero. He's an avid diarist. He likes to keep journals, right? And he does. He keeps very involved, and he has a format for how he journals and stuff. And so, and I'm just chaotic over here. But I do know that because I am really involved in dream work, we talk about it a lot, about the dream work and stuff. And he, over the years that we've been together, has tried to develop his own dream, you know, techniques and stuff. And I know that at one point he was taking he was using voice memos and taking his notes through voice, because he found it difficult to wake up and remember to write things down. So he would just do the voice memos, which would startle me, by the way, because I would wake up and I'm like, what are you talking about? I was sleeping. So yeah, that's definitely a way that you can do it. And I always forget to mention that as being maybe an idea. I also think sketching things is very helpful for some people. Okay, let's see. So we have an oil lamp, which is kind of the symbol that we see with the jinn or the genie, this idea of having 3 wishes and so on. So I think this is really an opportunity for you to be manifesting some of your great desires in your life, incorporating those in this journey that you are on. We also have the heart here. So this is a lot about love. We have a flag up here. This immediately tells me success, being able to kind of complete something, come to completion, and plant that flag, okay? We also have, I feel like there's a sense of an I love you, even a calling out. I feel that there is maybe somebody in your life that you are wanting to reconnect with. And I feel that you are kind of planting that seed in the collective unconscious, right? Hoping that they kind of feel you calling out to them. And so I do see that this is going to be kind of a process here. I know that you are not somebody who would impede somebody's will or kind of force yourself into somebody's life. So I do see, and I actually find this to be quite beautiful to put out the energy and hope that it is returned. You know, to sometimes, there are times in our life where we don't need to be so direct, right? And we know that there are certain people in our lives we have such deep connections with, and yet we are not in each other's life for some reason or another. And there might be later on this impulse to find one another again and hope for that. And so yes, 100%, I think it's important that we put that energy out there. But if it is something that is going to be, you know, mistimed, or you have an underlying feeling that maybe I shouldn't be going for this directly or contacting them directly. If it is to be, it will be kind of deal. Yeah, I'm on board with that. I'm definitely that person. I like to do the domino effect, right? To see where things lead. And it does. It feels all the sweeter when it does, you know, come to pass. So, yeah, definitely stay about that work. Okay, now we're going to get over here to the divine doors, and I'm going to flip through and stop where it feels right. Okay, and I'm going to flip this over. It says, draw down the moon. The forest nymphs, we were just talking about the nymphs, dance in sheer delight, singing soft songs, find us in the wild good night. So yes, the dreams, the emanations, the satyrs, the nymphs, dancing. It's all imagery that it feels very potent right now for Capricorn. So that is a wonderful thing, and I'll take it. I'm taking it as my own as well. We've had such a rough few days over here. We had flooding, we had water in the house, and I was out digging trenches in the rain 2 days in a row to get the water to flow away from the house. And yeah, it just is wild up here. A lot of towns underwater, and you know, just thankfully, what I love about living in the upper Midwest is neighbors helping neighbors. You know, we've all been out there helping one another. You know, just I absolutely appreciate seeing people showing up for one another. You know, yesterday, the last big rain that we had, it was the last part of this series of storms. It was supposed to be over, but then we had another flash flood, and I was out literally with a bucket, like bailing out water and stuff, and then it was over, and it got sunny again, and I just broke down. I cried hysterically. You know, it just, the last few days, you know, if you've been through any kind of natural, you know, I won't say this is a total disaster. It was difficult, but, you know, we were very lucky. And I'm so thankful for that. And some other people haven't been, right? But if you've been through any kind of thing, especially with your home, and you just have moments where, yeah, it's very apparent that we have no control over anything that's going on. We can do our best and, you know, put our all into it, but, you know, sometimes it's just not enough. And the reality is that, you know, the universe does as it will. And we're just here along for the ride. And I just felt so tired and depleted. I just cried. I came inside soaked, you know, took off my wet clothes, got changed, and just cried and took a nap. I fell asleep. And thankfully, no more rain as of yet, but yeah, still gonna be busy, you know, redoing some things and getting out there and helping people that are around us and family members and everything else. So, you know, I don't know. I feel like this is just, I wanted to share because it's in the, you know, forefront of my mind. It's what is kind of the energy of right now. And, but yeah, I hope everybody, you know, that is going through these strong storms, which it's a lot of people. I hope that all of you are doing all right and, you know, have fared well. And I feel, I'm not even really complaining. It's just been difficult, you know, we've had droughts, the last few years. So it is good to have the water, definitely. But it's hard. It's hard when you're in the thick of it, isn't it? So anyways, Capricorn, thank you for letting me ramble on. And, let's see, if you would be so kind as to like the video, it helps the channel. The views have been wildly down, so I think it's the time of year, hopefully, fingers crossed. But you know, any kind of liking the video, sharing the video, what's the other things? If you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. It is free to subscribe. And if you want to leave a comment, I read them all. They mean the world to me. They absolutely do. I don't just say that. I really do appreciate them. I read them. I get to know people. There's, you know, a few people I've met through the channel that I've become friends with. We now correspond and stuff as well. And so I feel very, very blessed to have these connections. You all are very, I mean, just amazing. It just blows my mind how cool, how potent the energy of some of the people I come in contact with. I mean, just very skilled readers and artists and spiritual beings in general, right? So yeah, I love hearing from you. But yeah, I think that's it. Capricorn, I love you. Take care of yourself. We're going to talk in a few days. All right. See you later. Good night.